Controversy over TPP rally continues.
The presidential office says rally leaders must pay attention to the safety of police officers at their events. That's after participants at a TPP rally allegedly assaulted police officers on Saturday, in videos posted on social media. Officials say that 8 police officers sustained injuries at the rally. The Ministry of the Interior said that offenders were being charged with obstruction of official duties, coercion, and violations of the Assembly and Parade Act. Meanwhile, Taipei Mayor Chang Wan-an says that police must enforce the law, but added that he understood why TPP supporters were protesting. He also called on the public to demonstrate to support the rights of former party chair Kei Wen-jae. He added that the root cause of the incident is Kei's ongoing detention, which has now resulted in the injury of 8 police.
National Federation of Industries opposes rise in electricity rates.
2 review meetings over minimum wage and electricity rates are scheduled this month, and Taipei-based Chinese National Federation of Industries expresses strong opposition to an increase in electricity bills. CNFI Chair Pan Junrong.
Chinese military parade.
The CCP is showing off its military might at a major parade in Beijing. The event marks the 80th anniversary of the end of World War II, at which time the People's Republic of China did not exist. Troops will march with President Xi Jinping, after which he will deliver a speech to an audience with members including leaders from North Korea and Russia. Many weapons will be on display for the first time, including strategic weapons and drones. Bolivian presidential candidate pledges to maintain some MAS policies.
Bolivian presidential candidate pledges to maintain some MAS policies.
A front-runner in Bolivia's presidential election says he will maintain some of the left-wing ruling party's social benefits, while also cutting the country's deficits. Centrist Rodrigo Paz says he wants to attract a diverse group of voters to fix Bolivia's economic crisis. He says he will maintain some social benefits of the outgoing Movimiento al Socialismo, but he has avoided pressure to clarify his policies with just weeks before the runoff election. In October, Paz will face former right-wing President Jorge Quiroga. This comes after Paz came from left field in the August 17th general election, with his party, the Christian Democratic Party, meeting unexpected demand. Although Paz received the greatest share of votes in that election, Bolivian law states that candidates must get at least 50% of the vote or beat the runner-up by 10 percentage points to avoid a runoff. New Taichung Go Pass expands Taiwan Pass travel options.
President invites legislators for dinner in effort to increase communication.
President Lai Ching-te is inviting DPP lawmakers to dinner at his presidential residence as an effort to improve communication channels between the executive and legislative branches. Presidential office spokesman Karen Kuo added that the move was in an attempt to understand caucus leaders' thoughts. Kuo said that Lai will dine with lawmakers from different groups in 4 different batches in order to ensure the smooth passage of bills, especially the 2026 General Budget Plan. Lai hopes to strengthen exchanges and, through constructive discussions, ensure the smooth implementation of other government programs and key livelihood policies. The spokesperson also said that this year's dinners mark the 4th time that the president has held similar meetings with lawmakers.
Lin Yuting to skip world champs due to no response over sex tests.
Olympic gold medalist boxer Lin Yuting says she will not attend this year's World Boxing Championships due to a lack of response regarding her sex tests from the organizer World Boxing. Officials said that they had submitted all relevant tests to the World Boxing Federation, but that they had not received a response as of the departure date yesterday. Therefore, Lin will skip the games, with officials saying that they want to prevent athletes traveling to the UK where the games are being held if they will not be able to participate. This comes after some raised concerns last year that Lin was not allowed to participate in women's boxing, despite the International Olympic Committee's continued confirmation of her eligibility. She has since been forced to miss multiple international competitions.
2025 Taipei Jazz Festival to kick off.
The 2025 Taipei Jazz Festival kicks off tomorrow with performances happening across the city. The month-long festival is themed Jazz Everywhere, and organizers say it aims to bring jazz music to the streets, cultural centers, and outdoor venues of Taipei's 12 districts. Scheduled performances will take place in jazz clubs and music venues, but also make their way into museums, outdoor markets, and even the zoo. The final event will take place from September 26th to the 28th at the Taipei Music Center's outdoor stage, featuring local and international artists, including Chris Babita and the Blue Note Tokyo All-Star Jazz Orchestra.
1,000 dead in Sudan landslide.
Now turning to international news. At least 1,000 people are dead in Sudan's Darfur region following a devastating landslide. A rebel group controlling the area just reported the disaster, but it took place Sunday in the Mara Mountains, following days of heavy rainfall. They add that the village was completely leveled, with only one survivor out of all village residents. The group is appealing for the UN and international aid groups to help recover victims' bodies. Israel kills at least 31 Gazans.
Israel kills at least 31 Gazans.
Israel killed at least 31 people across the Gaza Strip as they launched strikes, pressing ahead with a major offensive in Gaza City. That's as Israel has killed over 63,000 people in its siege on the Gaza Strip. Meanwhile, leading scholars accuse Israel of genocide. 86% of the 500 members worldwide of the International Association of Genocide Scholars say Israel's policies and actions in Gaza meet the legal definition of genocide. That's after two prominent Israeli rights groups said that their country is committing genocide in Gaza. Meanwhile, airstrikes and artillery shelling have sounded throughout Gaza City since Israel declared the Gaza Strip's largest city a combat zone last week. Residents have witnessed explosive-laden robots demolishing buildings in the city. Viet Military Day.
Viet Military Day.
In Vietnam, it's National Day, and the country is celebrating with its largest military parade in decades. Thousands packed Hanoi's Ba Dinh Square, where Ho Chi Minh declared independence in 1945, to watch the parade of troops and weaponry. Nearly 16,000 soldiers joined, along with personnel from China, Russia, Laos, and Cambodia. After Ho Chi Minh declared independence in 1945, fighting quickly resumed as Vietnamese forces fought the French in the First Indochina War, when Vietnam was divided into the Communist North and US-backed South. The Vietnam War followed, during which the Communist North ultimately defeated the South and its allies, capturing Saigon on April 30, 1975. Controversy over TPP rally continues.
National Disaster Prevention Day.
The Executive Yuan will launch a series of events for the National Disaster Prevention Day, aiming to raise people's awareness for natural disasters. The National Fire Agency announces that this year's theme is Surviving a Major Earthquake, Strengthening Preparedness. Starting September 17th, large-scale earthquake and tsunami rescue drills will be conducted in Yilan County and New Taipei City, simulating a magnitude 8.5 earthquake in east of Taiwan that triggers a tsunami. On September 19th, a nationwide earthquake alert will be sent out starting at 9:21 a.m., followed by a tsunami alert in coastal areas at 9:30 a.m. At 10:59 a.m., 13 public television service channels will switch over to broadcast a major news drill and a pre-recorded presidential address. Interior Minister Liu Shifang says, as of this week, the NFA has offered disaster prevention training to 60,000 people, and over 100 community emergency response teams have also been established. She is encouraging the public to develop their ability to save and help themselves and rescue others as well. TSMC, Bavaria launch AI chip R&D center in Munich.
TSMC, Bavaria launch AI chip R&D center in Munich.
Germany's Bavarian state government has teamed up with Taiwan's semiconductor manufacturing company to establish a new AI chip research and development center at the Technical University of Munich. The Munich Advanced Technology Center for High-Tech AI Chips will focus on high-performance, customized AI chips and train students in semiconductor processes, with technical backing from TSMC. The center will receive about €4.5 million in joint funding, from Bavaria's Science and Economic Affairs ministries. Officials say the project will boost Europe's chip design capabilities while addressing Germany's shortage of AI semiconductor talent. Bavarian ministers have praised TSMC's role in cultivating local expertise in advanced chip technologies.
KMT distances itself from former chair's attendance at CCP parade.
The KMT is trying to distance itself from former chair Heng Xiaojia's attendance at tomorrow's CCP military parade in Beijing. Heng arrived in Beijing yesterday, saying that history must not be distorted, adding that the KMT was the party that established the Republic of China and led the 8-year war against Japanese invasion that ended in 1945. China has named the September 3 parade a Victory Day spectacle to claim part of the credit for Japan's surrender at the end of World War II 80 years ago. The KMT, on the other hand, says that Heng doesn't represent the party and that she can travel there as a private citizen freely, a right protected by the Constitution. Meanwhile, the DPP has condemned Heng's attending China's show of military force, saying that her attendance puts her in alignment with the PRC. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs also stressed that her appearance there does not reflect mainstream Taiwanese people's feelings and may send the wrong message to the international community regarding Taiwan's sovereignty.
Tourism administrating promoting low-carbon travel.
The Tourism Administration is pushing low-carbon travel with over 170 new promotions. The agency is working with Taiwan Railways Corporation, Taiwan High-Speed Rail, and hotel operators to combine eco-friendly transport with certified sustainable accommodations. Visitors staying at hotels with sustainability labels can exchange vouchers for Taiwan Railways bento meals or VIP lounge passes. TRC is also bundling discount packages with sightseeing trains. Meanwhile, THSR is offering discounted hotel plus ticket deals with up to 22% off fares. The operator says its services have carried a carbon reduction label for 10 years, cutting emissions by at least 3% annually. Officials say the goal is to make public transport and sustainable stays more attractive, while lowering the sector's carbon footprint.
Quarter of ICE products in Taipei fail safety checks.
Taipei health officials say more than a quarter of ICE products tested in May and June failed inspection. The city's Department of Health checked 108 items, including frozen desserts, edible ice, and cold beverages. 29 failed the first round of testing. That's nearly 27%. Even after follow-up inspections, about 10% still did not meet food safety standards. Officials say the main issues involved excessive levels of bacteria, indicating possible hygiene problems during production or handling. Businesses that failed twice now face fines up to 3 million NT under the Act governing food safety and sanitation.
Guyanese election.
Thousands of voters in Guyana have participated in what many say is the country's most consequential election in decades. The winner of the election will oversee $10 billion in annual revenue from offshore oil and gas production. Guyana has recently transformed from a country traditionally dependent on gold, sugar, rice, and wood to one producing nearly 900,000 barrels of oil each day. That makes it the fastest-growing economy in the world, according to the World Bank. The 6 parties taking part in the election are fighting for the presidency and seats in the 65-member parliament. National Disaster Prevention Day.
2 arrested for illegal logging in Taoyuan after police blunder.
2 men were arrested over the weekend in Taoyuan's Fuxing district for illegal logging, just days after police mistakenly pulled guns on a family in the same area. Police said the suspects, surnamed Cheng and Chang, were caught hiding in a creek bed after officers found valuable timber inside their SUV. Authorities seized 23 pieces of Taiwan incense cedar, jewel orchids, logging tools, and drug inhalers. Both men were transferred to the Taoyuan District Prosecutor's Office on charges of violating forestry and narcotics laws. The arrests came shortly after a separate incident where police wrongly targeted a family of 5, prompting an apology and a review of procedures.
Lin Daihua conveys support for reform to president.
DPP lawmaker Lin Daihua says she will express her support for party reforms when she meets President Lai Ching-te for dinner at the presidential residence. The presidential office announced that Lai will host dinners with lawmakers to improve communication between the executive and legislative branches. Lin, who is currently under investigation for embezzlement, said she will tell the president that no topics should be off-limits, regardless of lawmakers' party affiliation. She added that the recent failure of the Great Recall movement shows now is the right time for reform, and she hopes Lai will hold frank discussions with DPP caucus whip K. Jianming. Lin also criticized the party for losing its momentum on reform, urging those in power to strengthen communication with people from all walks of life.